The emergency beacon crackled to life in the depths of Kepler 442b's crimson jungle, its distress signal cutting through the humid alien atmosphere like a knife. Dr. Marcus Chen adjusted his environmental suit's sensors, scanning the dense undergrowth for signs of the crashed vessel that had triggered the automated distress call. "Another day, another rescue," he muttered, pushing through the tangle of bioluminescent vines that seemed to pulse with their own alien heartbeat. The Terran Rescue Corps had sent him alone, a decision that made sense given his expertise in xenobiology and first contact protocols, but felt increasingly foolish as the jungle's predatory sounds grew louder around him. A low growl froze him mid-step. Marcus slowly turned, his hand moving instinctively toward the plasma sidearm at his hip. What he saw defied every xenobiological classification he'd ever studied. The creature before him stood nearly 7 feet tall, with the lithe, muscular build of an apex predator. And it was definitely female given the distinctly humanoid torso beneath sleek midnight blue fur, golden eyes fixed on him with an intensity that made his breath catch. She was magnificent and terrifying in equal measure. Feline features dominated her face, with pointed ears that twitched at every sound and razor-sharp canines that gleamed as she bared them in what could have been either a snarl or a grimace of pain. Her hands ended in retractable claws that could easily tear through his environmental suit, and her powerful legs suggested she could cross the distance between them in a single bound. "Easy there," Marcus said softly, raising his hands slowly. "I'm not here to hurt you." The alien's ears flattened against her skull, and she let out a sound that was part hiss, part whimper. It was then that Marcus noticed the massive crystalline thorn protruding from her left shoulder blade, its translucent surface pulsing with the same bioluminescent glow as the surrounding vegetation. "Oh, hell," he breathed. "That's got to hurt." The creature's eyes narrowed, and when she spoke, her voice was a throaty purr with an unmistakably threatening edge. Though Marcus didn't understand her language, her meaning was crystal clear as she gestured first at her wound, then at him, her golden gaze never wavering. Marcus's universal translator finally kicked in, converting her words into his native English. "Keep looking and I'll pounce, so hurry and get this thorn out." A lesser man might have fled. The Galactic Council's first contact protocols specifically advised against engaging with unknown species, especially those displaying obvious predatory characteristics. But Marcus Chen hadn't earned his reputation as the Corps' best xenomedic by following the safe path. "All right, beautiful," he said, slowly removing his medical kit from his pack. "Let's see what we can do about that." The alien's eyes widened at his calm response, her aggressive posture shifting to something more curious than hostile. She watched with predatory stillness as he approached, every muscle coiled and ready to strike if he made the wrong move. Marcus had performed surgery in zero gravity, treated radiation poisoning on gas giants, and once removed a parasitic alien symbiont from his own abdomen using nothing but a mirror and local anesthetic. But he'd never operated on a sentient predator who could tear him apart with her bare claws. "This is going to sting," he warned, producing a neural inhibitor from his kit. The device would numb the area around the wound without affecting her motor functions, assuming alien nervous systems responded to Terran medical technology. She watched him with those burning golden eyes, her tail, which he only now noticed, lashing behind her like a whip. When he activated the inhibitor, her pupils dilated briefly, then returned to their normal size. "Good girl," Marcus murmured, moving behind her to examine the wound. The thorn had penetrated deep into her shoulder, its barbed edges making removal tricky. One wrong move could cause more damage than leaving it in place, but that wasn't the human way. Marcus had spent years studying alien physiology, but working by touch and instinct was something uniquely human. His species hadn't reached the stars through superior technology or overwhelming firepower. They'd done it through adaptability, determination, and an almost reckless willingness to help others, even at personal risk. The alien remained perfectly still as he worked, though he could feel the tension in her muscles, the barely controlled power that could explode into violence at any moment. Her breathing came in short, measured pants, and occasionally a soft growl would rumble in her throat. "Almost got it," Marcus said, more to himself than to her. The Thorn was fighting him, its crystalline structure seeming to resist extraction. He'd seen similar biodefensive mechanisms in other alien flora, plants that didn't want to let go of their prey. With a final, careful twist, the Thorn came free in a spray of luminescent fluid. The alien let out a sound that was definitely not hostile, a purring trill of relief that made Marcus smile despite the danger. She turned to face him, her golden eyes now holding something that looked remarkably like gratitude. When she spoke again, the translator rendered her words as, "Human, you have proven your kind's reputation for foolish bravery." Foolish? Marcus raised an eyebrow as he sealed the wound with biogel. "I prefer courageously stupid." Her laugh was like thunder rolling through the jungle, rich, deep, and surprisingly warm. "My people will remember this debt, Marcus Chen of Terra." He paused, medical scanner halfway to her shoulder. "How do you know my name?" She smiled, revealing those impressive fangs. "We have been watching your species since you first left your home world. Your reputation precedes you, all of you, the ones who rush toward danger instead of away from it, the ones who help strangers without asking for reward." Marcus felt a familiar warmth in his chest, the same feeling he got every time humanity proved that their critics were wrong. They weren't the strongest species in the galaxy, or the smartest, or the most advanced, but they were the ones who stopped to help when others would pass by. "What's your name?" he asked. She straightened to her full height, every inch the apex. Predator, but her eyes held unmistakable respect. "I am Zara of the Valkthari, and you, Marcus Chen, have just earned your species an ally that will stand with you until the stars burn cold." As she melted back into the jungle with fluid grace, Marcus realized he'd found something more valuable than any crashed ship. He'd found proof that the human way, the dangerous, illogical, beautifully reckless human way, worked even here, in the depths of an alien world. His comm device crackled to life. "Chen, this is Control. Status report." Marcus smiled, watching the jungle where Zara had disappeared. "Mission accomplished, Control. And I think we just made a friend." In the canopy above, golden eyes watched. "Him go!" And a throaty purr of satisfaction echoed through the crimson wilderness.